All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, this is Beverly from Passport Game Studios, and I am here with Scott and Rob, also of Passport Game Studios, and we're going to be playing through And Then We Held Hands today. So, And Then We Held Hands, this game right here. So, I think you may know me already. I'm the marketing manager at Passport, and I love all things gaming. So, I don't know if you know everyone else, though, so would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Rob, you go first.
Why don't you go first? I've got another phone ringing right now.
The perils of live TV. There it is. So, hi everyone. I'm Scott Morris. I am the freshly minted and pressed new president at Passport Game Studios. Really excited about this. And Then We Held Hands is a really unique and very cool game. So, looking forward to playing this. Beverly and I are going to be the players. Rob is going to be the rules lawyer, I guess you could sort of call it that. But my wife is okay with me being in a relationship with Beverly holding hands. I hope her boyfriend is okay with it, but we're coworkers, so we'll find a way to get through it.
We're going to hold the heck out of each other's hands here.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, I'm really excited. We're also going to be giving away copies of In the Wheeled Hands. So I want to let everyone know how they can do that first. So there's actually 3 ways that you can win. The first of which is kind of what you're doing right now. You're watching the live stream. If you're watching the live stream, leave a comment on the live stream and you'll automatically be entered to win. Make sure that you have a way of getting in touch with you through your YouTube profile. If not, it's going to be kind of tough to get a hold of you. The other ways is that if you tweet at us using the hashtag ATWWHWin, then you'll be entered to win automatically. And the same is true of Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/passportgamestudios, we just put a post up, and if you leave a comment on that post, you'll also be entered to win. So the contest in general is going to be open between now and midnight on Thursday. But if you comment at any point between right now and the end of our live stream, you're actually going to get 5 extra entries. So there's a chance to win 3 of these beautiful games. So definitely make sure that you enter. That said, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the game before we jump in. So I think Rob is actually the best person to talk about that, since he's the one that actually found And Then We Held Hands, and is kind of the reason that we ended up getting it to publish it.
Cool. So this is a 2-player game. The story behind the game is the 2 players are in a relationship that is failing. And so playing through the game, you're playing through the entire history of everything that's happened in this relationship up until now. So once you get to the end of the game, you find out whether or not the relationship succeeds or not. So it's kind of a cool little thing. Iraklis from LudiCreations brought it to me months ago and showed it to me, and it's definitely unique. It's not like anything I had seen before. It's got these beautiful cards from Marie Cardois, who's an incredible artist and a beautiful person, and I'm looking forward to its actual release. I think people are going to love it.
Yeah, and so it actually comes out on this Friday, February 12th. So it's going to be in stores really, really soon. I can't wait for everyone to be able to get it. But, of course, you might be able to get it if you win it from us. And the guys have gently corrected me that, in fact, I cannot spell. And the hashtag for Twitter is, in fact, it's supposed to be ATWHH win, because, And Then We Held Hands. So either way, if you used the wrong hashtag because I'm wrong, don't worry. I will make sure you still get entered. It is my own fault. So now, you two, what is your experience playing this game? Like, have you played it a lot, played it a little bit? I don't know. Let me know.
Well, I'm presuming that Rob has played it a lot, obviously, since he enjoyed it and picked it up from Iraklis and LudiCreations for Passport to distribute in North America. I've played it both the way we're about to play it, which is on Tabletopia, and I've played it in person because I have a set of it right here, which is really cool. These cards you'll see as we get into Tabletopia. Marie is a great artist. If you're familiar with Dixit or any of her other games, she has a way of making a game look like art, and I really love that. And I think that's one of the things that really excites me about this game, is that it's very different from everything else on the market. The way Rob just described it, I don't think there's anyone out there that could say, oh, that sounds just like Seven Wonders, or oh, that sounds just like Dixit or something else. It's very, very unique and very, very different. So I've got some plays digitally under my belt and some plays physically under my belt. It is not an easy game. I think that's probably the biggest misconception is most people may look at it and go, oh, that looks like an easy two-player game. Like most relationships, it involves some work. So we'll go through and we're actually going to do something a little different, I think. I mean, Beverly and I talked about this ahead of time. The rules of the game actually tell you not to communicate with each other in terms of what's going on in the game. The whole idea is that you're at a table with your compatriot and you're trying to get your pieces to the center by playing cards, but the idea is to infer from what your player partner does during the game as to the signals they're trying to send you, just like in a regular relationship. Beverly came over and said, "Hey Scott, are we ready to go? It's like 9 o'clock. What are we doing?" And I was like, "Yeah." She might have to infer some things are going on, right? Same thing kind of happens in this game, and you'll see that as we go along. But one of the things we decided to do is we're actually going to talk a little bit about the strategies as we play, so that new players that haven't seen the game before can start to understand, wait a minute, why are they making those moves and what are they doing with that? So I'm pretty stoked about this. It should be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. I actually just got my copy, which is why it is, as I keep showing, beautiful and shrink-wrapped. So the only time that I've had the opportunity to actually play this has been once with Scott, and I believe we came very close to actually holding hands, except for he had to go to a meeting. So,
I did.
So, I mean, I'm just going to
speak well for your relationship, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, he's a workaholic. It's just, we're hoping to make it work. No. But hopefully this time we'll be able to do it well. Although I think last time Rob called us out quite a bit for cheating because we were indeed talking each other through the moves.
It's not good when you're talking about relationships.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to give it a shot here now. So what we're going to do is we're going to share Scott's screen. We're going to play this via Tabletopia. And then Rob will jump in with any rules or things like that we're getting wrong.
So for anyone who's not familiar with this setup, we're using a program called Tabletopia, which you can find very easily at tabletopia.com. What Tabletopia is a digital board game simulator, or a digital tabletop simulator. The idea behind it is very simple. It gives you a digital space in which to play a physical board game. There's no AI, no artificial intelligence, so this is not a program where if Beverly wasn't here that I would be able to play this game against the AI or with the AI. This is something that's designed to bring people together, get people playing on the same platform, and it is something you do have to kind of know the rules too. Everything is interactable with, I guess is the right way to say it, I don't know. For example, we have our balance tokens, which we can pick up and move around, and nothing stops me from picking up Beverly's token and moving it around other than her reaching through the screen and digitally slapping me in the head. So let's walk through what you're looking at, because it looks beautiful and it looks really interesting and really different. You see all these different color nodes, and you probably are like, okay, what are you doing? The ultimate object of And Then We Held Hands is we want our player tokens to meet in the center ring in here. Now we are going to do that by playing cards that represent different emotions that we're going to go through during the stages of the relationship. We each start on the outer ring, and you'll notice as you look at the board there is an outer ring of nodes, there is a center ring of nodes, and then there is an inner ring of nodes, ultimately leading to the center. Now, it sounds easy so far, and as some of you may have looked at the cards, for example, the ones in front of me, you may look at them and say, oh, okay, there's colors on there, like a dark blue or like a red, and they probably just play those colors to move on the nodes. And that is slightly true. So on your turn, you're going to be able to play cards both from your hand and from your partner's hand. So while I have the cards that are in front of me available, I also have the cards that are in front of Beverly available, and I could use her cards without having to ask her permission or for any reason I want to. And like we said, in a normal game, you're not going to talk to each other about why you're choosing cards from each other. You're going to have to infer that from each other. But during this gameplay, we're going to walk through and kind of show you why we're making those decisions. The other thing that you're going to notice, and it's good to note about the cards, is that some of them, for example, Euphoric, which is up here right now, has the same color on both the left and the right side. You'll see there is a vertical strip of light blue or teal that's going down the left and the right side of the picture. There are others that have two different colors. For example, Content has a regular color blue and a light teal. When you put the cards in your hand for the first time, you lay them face up, and you have the option of using the left side stripes or the right side stripes. Now, we are in balance, meaning that we are in this center line right here, so we can choose, do we want to start the game on the left or the right-hand side. In this case, I have chosen the left-hand side, and Beverly looks like she has chosen the right-hand side for her cards.
Yep.
When you're done doing that, you just put one of these cover cards over the top card to remind you which side you're looking at and to not mistake the top card as to which color is actually going to be active and what you can use. Now, what are we trying to ultimately do? Because we're not just racing to the center. You'll notice that there are objective cards that are off to the side over here. These objective cards are going to tell us what our node is that we want to end on. So, for example, Beverly, do you want to take the first turn, or do you want me to take the first turn?
Oh boy, I think you should take the first turn.
Okay, so I'll take the first turn. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over one of these cards. So I'm going to right-click the deck, and I'm going to take one card, and I'm going to flip it over. And you'll notice that this one is Angry. Now, the interesting thing about this game is that you have the opportunity on your turn to end your player piece on the active objective. So in this case, we are looking at, whoops, it's a little bit cockeyed there, we'll get it straightened around. So we're looking at a red node because it's Angry, and you can see that because it's got the little red node at the top of the card, and it's also a very red Angry card. So if I wanted to move my player piece right here onto a red node, the closest one is the one to my right. And on my turn, I could play as many cards as I want from my hand or from my partner's hand to get onto that node. Now, the trick is this, and I'm just going to go ahead and use this as an example coming out of my hand directly from the beginning of the game. If I wanted to discard the Euphoric card, which has teal on both sides, but more importantly has teal on the left side, which is what I'm looking at, I would place that in my discard pile, and I would move my player piece to the teal node. You'll notice right below where I started, there's this balance track, and there is a -1 and a -2, and a +1 and a +2. Whenever I play a teal or a blue card, I have to move to the right one space. Whenever I play a red or a black card, I have to move to the left one space. So in this case, I moved teal, so I'm going to be +1 on the right side in terms of balance. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play my red card, which is...
Hang on.
Yep.
Then you would have to, I guess not now, but at the end of the turn, the other thing you would have to do is resplay your cards so they go the other direction.
Yes, at the end of the turn. So I'll get to that in a second. Yep. So
Rob's always busting us.
That's right.
That's right.
So the enraged card is red, and of course, you know, I would be enraged too if my teacup was broken. So I move then to the red node, which, because it's a red card, moves my balance marker back to the left one. Now, there's two things that happen here at the end of my turn. The first thing, like Rob said, is that I'm going to have to resplay my cards. Because I am on the right side of the board, I now have to have the right side of my card showing. But more importantly for me, because I ended my turn in balance on my balance track and I'm on the 0 point, I get to refill my hand to 6 cards. And that's a very important part of the game. The emotion deck, which is over here on the right, counts as additional emotions that you're going to play throughout the game, but it's also your player timer, because if we can't draw any cards from that deck, we're going to lose the game. This is one of these type of games where there is one way to win and a lot of ways to lose. Like I said, we're trying to get to the center, but if we're unable to make a valid move, or if we're unable to draw cards from the emotion deck, or if we are not able to consecutively move into the center, meaning I move into the center, and then on Beverly's next turn, she moves into the center, then we're going to lose the game. So there's multiple ways in which we could end up losing the game. So for me, I am going to have to resplay my card. So I'm going to move my cover card off to the side here. I'm going to draw 2 more cards from the top of the deck and bring them over to the end of my timeline because that's where they go in. And I will hit the F key, which is a nice little feature of Tabletopia to flip everything over. And then everything is going to get adjusted so that I only see the right-hand side of the cards. So I will splay these out a little bit like this, and then you'll be able to readjust while Beverly can take her turn. Oh, and more importantly, I finished my turn on a red node, which completes the angry objective that we had. So on her turn, Beverly can now draw a new objective from that same deck. Once we begin drawing objectives from a deck, we cannot move on to the next deck until we finish the first one. And during the first deck, we can only finish objectives by ending on a node in the outer ring. On the second deck, we can only finish objectives by ending on the same color node on the center ring. And on the third deck, you can only finish by ending on the inside center ring closest to the center. All right. You want to go ahead and fire it up?
I'm up. Okay, so I'm going to pull one out of this first deck here. I always put it off to the wrong side. I'm going to drop it here, flip it over. What am I? Oh, I'm sad. Okay, so the objective here is sad, and I have no way of fulfilling this objective on my own. As you can see, I don't have any sad dark cards showing because I'm just too happy. So let's see how I can get over there. I think I know what I'm going to do. So first, I'm going to grab my content card so I can move over a blue. And move my balance over to 1. And then I'm going to give me that. Take this sad card over here and move over here and move back into balance. So we've both completed the objective and I get to pull myself an extra card. But you'll note that because even though I took one of Scott's cards, he doesn't get to replenish his cards just because I'm in balance. So yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of statement to be made there, but not sure what it is.
But it's nice that we both ended our turn in balance because it means we get more cards, and the more cards that we can fill our hand with, the better it's going to be. Now,
Yes.
perspective is a very interesting thing in this game. I am on the right side of the board looking at the board from my direction. Beverly is also on the right side of the board looking at it from her direction. So depending on where you're sitting also impacts the side of the cards that you're looking at. So,
So he's seeing things my way is what he's trying to say.
That is correct. That is correct. The other final thing to note, which is really interesting about this game, so the sad card that Beverly pulled out for the objective, it's a black node, and you'll see that there are gray bars going up about 2/3 of the side on each side of that card. When there's bars on the objective cards, it's what's called an arguments variant, and it's a very interesting variant inside the game. There are some objectives that have a gray bar going up 1/3 of the space, another, like this one, the sad one, that goes up 2/3 of the space, and a third that goes all the way up the card. The idea of those is there's different layers and levels of challenges. So if you wanted to do a simple challenge, you would play where the objective cards that come out with 1/3 of the gray bar on the side, that is a really challenging objective to complete because you have to both end your movement on the same node. Not just the color of the node, but both of you have to be on the same color node. Then you can, for more challenging, you can do the ones that are 1/3 and 2/3, and for the really, really hard, you can do all of the ones that have the gray bars on that. For us, we're not going to be doing that. That's a little bit harder variant, so we're going to keep playing kind of the way we are right now, where just ending your turn on a node is how you're going to be able to complete the objective. So.
Yes. And we're not even sure we're going to be able to hold hands just in easy mode. So
We're just
The
trying.
game is plenty hard just that way.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so back over to me. I will go ahead and draw a new objective card. And let's see what we get. It looks like green or teal, and it's happy. Very nice little couple of music notes here, and we get to do some happy dances. So the good thing is happy is really easy for me because happy is right next to me, right? There's this teal just to my left, which is really cool. Here's where things are going to get interesting. So I have 3 teals in my hand, which is really nice because I can use any one of those. So let's say I wanted to use the content card and pull that out and put that in my discard pile. I move over to the teal. I would be out of balance because I'm going into the +1. And the interesting thing about that now, it means that I do not get to draw up to 6 cards on the end of my turn because I'm not in balance. I have completed the objective, which is really, really good, but I'm out of balance, so I don't get any more cards. So that would end my turn, and it would go back over to Beverly.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to point out too is that actually in the boxed tabletop version of this game is if you're having a hard time with the colors, like maybe you're colorblind or something, if you actually flip the board over, there's a colorblind version, which I think is really cool.
Yes.
Because
if you look at the objective cards, the very top here of this one, for example, has the teal and the diamond in it. Those symbols are what's on the other side of the board for colorblind players, which I think is really cool as well. This version of Tabletopia only has the base board, but I don't know why they didn't put the colorblind down in there. That would be a good question for Rackley's. We could ask him.
Well, luckily, I don't need it, hopefully. Let's see what my card is, though. Oh, a sad card yet again.
Oh, you are sad, my dear.
Oh, so sad. And what's worse is that I'm not anywhere really close to it, and neither are you. So I could move backwards if I wanted to. I mean, that's pretty easy. So I think I'm actually going to do that because that will put me, again, back in balance. So I'm first going to play my content card, go to blue, which will move my balance 1 happiness, and then I will also use my ambivalent card and move 1 more back, which will then allow me to get back in balance and draw 2 more cards.
And more important than that, you're in the dead center of the board. So the really interesting thing about ending in the center, you remember earlier we talked about how if you end up on the right, you're looking at the right side of your cards, and if you end up on the left, you're looking at the left side. When you end your turn in the center, you get to choose, do you want to look at the right or do you want to look at the left? So Beverly's got some options here to take a look at. One of the things that I have found to be really helpful in playing the game is options. So for example, the way she has her cards splayed out right now, she has 2 red, 2 teal, a blue, and a black. So she has access to every color, which is really good. On my side, I have everything but blue. So as long as Beverly doesn't cover up a normal blue color, I would probably be pretty happy, but we'll see what she does.
Yeah, I'm just very well balanced, you might say.
You are. I've heard this, yes.
All right, so I completed the objective. Now it's back to Scott. What are you going to do?
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw another objective here, see what we get. Mine, I'm happy again. See, you're the sad one in this relationship. I'm the happy one in this relationship. Now, the big challenge with my happiness, though, is you'll notice I'm on a happy node. So I cannot stay there. I have to play a card, and I have to at least move 1 node away. However, the closest happy nodes are nowhere near me on the outer ring. So this is an opportunity where during the game, if we weren't talking to each other about the strategies we were taking, it could be a difficult moment where I would have to play some things to plan ahead and hope that Beverly infers and understands what it is I'm trying to do. Now, this is going to be a tough one because, I mean, this is literally like 5 or 6 away to the right and like 5 or 6 away to the left. So I think the better part of Valor for me is to actually just play 1 card and move to the left or the right. The advantage we have is that because it's a red card I'm going to be using, if I use it from my deck, it'll put me back in balance, so I'll be able to draw more cards. I could move back to the center and choose which side I want to go on, and it would allow Beverly to keep all the colors in her hand. So it seems like the right move to make. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one, which is cold. So I'm not happy, I'm just cold, which I'm really not because Texas is actually really nice right now. I'm going to move back over here to the red because we're looking at the red side of the card. And then my balance marker is going to move back here as well. So I have 3 cards in my hand, so I'm going to get to draw 3 more off the top of the emotion deck. And they would go at the end of my pile, but again, because I'm ending in the center, I get to choose which way I want to look at those cards. So I will rearrange my cards, and Beverly, it will be over to you, unless you want to wait to see how I am rearranging my cards, which is totally acceptable because we're in a relationship and you can use my assets.
That's right. So it's actually kind of interesting. I mean, I could fulfill this objective pretty easily, except for if I want to start moving in that direction, I'm going to have to change my cards around. And if I do that, I don't know that I will still have each color available. I think that I do, though. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start moving now instead of to the right, but to the left. The first thing that I'm going to do is, now actually, Rob, this is where you're going to come in.
Okay.
If I want to move left, do my cards already need to be facing left, or can I use one of my cards facing right to move left since I'm in the middle?
You use the cards oriented the way they are now until the end of your turn, and then you reorient them based on what side of the board you're on.
Well, what a delight. That's what I'm going to do then. Thank you. So I'm currently enraged, apparently. So off to the red, lose a balance. And then I'm not as enraged now. I'm pretty content. So off I go here, back into balance, and I get 2 more cards, assuming I can count correctly. But now that I am on that side of the board, do I rearrange my cards facing the opposite direction now, or do I add my newly drawn cards first?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah, because you're
turn's done.
Perspective, yeah, it's totally cool.
Like many relationships, I may be overthinking it. All right, so we fulfilled that objective while I'm messing my cards around.
Back over to me?
That's right.
All right, so now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We have 3 more objectives left in this first objective deck. So I have to start thinking to myself, how am I going to set myself up? Well, apparently I'm becoming the master of this one, so I just drew an angry one. Before there were some nice little claw marks, now we've got some arrows coming down. So I have to get onto a red node. However, you'll notice I don't have any red in my hand. Beverly does have 1 red in her hand, which is nice, but if I take that and the next one is an angry node, we might be in a little bit of trouble for a little while. So there is a red node just to my left, Beverly's right of her, so it might be better for me to wait for her to take that node, even though mine is only 2 away. The other thing that I could also plan for is possibly getting into the center ring. Now again, I have to play. I can't just sit here. So what I may choose to do is actually just take my euphoric card and go ahead and move over 1 to the right, and I will excuse me, end my turn right there, passing it back over to Beverly.
All right.
Now this is the point where the game where if we weren't talking about strategies, she might go, dude, what are you doing? Just take the red card from my hand and go on the red node.
Actually, that's what I'm saying, even though we are talking about the game, because if you did that, then it could have put you back in balance and you would have replenished. But I mean, you know.
I could have, but the better part of Valor right now is to plan for a couple of turns ahead, so we'll see how it works.
So since you're talking strategy, which you're not supposed to be doing, what you just did is actually pretty bad. If you look on either side of you, to be able to move, you must play a red card, and you don't have one.
This is true. This is true. So maybe the better part of strategy would be to go ahead and finish it out. You want me to do that, Bev?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you some slack. You know, we're in a relationship here. I feel that's warranted.
Thank you. And that will put me back into balance. So the good thing is, a smart man would say, that was exactly how I planned and scripted it to get everyone involved in the video. All right, so that's going to go ahead and put me back into balance. I've got 5 cards, and I get to draw a 6th one, so I'll go ahead and draw 1. And it will go on the right side because I am looking at the right side of my cards here. And it will be back over to Beverly.
All right. Now, tragically, neither of us have a red card now, so let's see what this next objective is. All right, here's hoping, guys. Oh!
We are just angry at each other. Angry, angry, angry.
So I'm actually going to not mention my strategy here and see so people watching can kind of get an idea of why I'm doing a thing. So I'm going to do my moves first and then explain it.
Okay.
All right. And then...
You can still talk. You just shouldn't talk strategies out there.
How dare you? How dare you, Rob?
Panther. Yes.
There we go. So, as you can see, I moved, even though it does not fulfill the objective, I wanted to move a couple of times so I could go out of balance and then back into balance so I could redraw and hopefully get a card that has a red.
That seems to be a good play.
Ah?
Hopefully one of those will be a red.
And the answer is no.
The answer is one is red, but not on the side that we're looking for, which is kind of a bummer. So,
Yikes. All right, so you're our last hope here.
I really like the way that you handle yourself, girl, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. I am going to play a blue striped cold card, and move over to the blue, which is going to move me +1. Then I'm going to go ahead and feel a little betrayed. So I am going to drop my betrayed card in the discard pile and move on to the black, which is also going to put me back in balance, which is also going to let me draw 2 more cards. So we'll draw 2 and see how that works out.
Woo!
Look at that.
It pays to be enraged, it looks like.
Scott, did you mention that you can't step on the same spot twice in one turn?
I did not, but that's a really good point. Yeah, you're not allowed to kind of backtrack over yourself, which is very important because we could be getting close to something like that.
Yeah, because at some point, too, we may bump into each other over here.
We might. We're getting pretty close, and there's a big difference between holding hands and knocking heads. So
yes, you're also not allowed to move on to the other player's space or jump over them. So
that is correct. That is correct.
All right. Well, let's see what the next objective is.
Nope. We haven't finished that one.
Oh, we didn't finish the objective. You just got a red.
No, yeah, I just got the red. Yeah, I'm the one that is fulfilling the anger in this relationship. Yes.
See, if only we weren't, live and on video, I probably could have gotten away with it, but all of our viewers shall know. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to fulfill this for us. It's for the good of our relationship, so.
It is.
Actually, I'm going to play.
For the future of humankind.
That's right. I'm going to play my content card. Boop. And then I'm going to yoink this from you. Wait, that's not the right one. Pretend I grabbed the right card. That's the one I'm grabbing.
You are content and then enraged, and now you are fulfilling your anger.
I am having some crazy mood swings, it looks like here. So let's see here. I am now back in balance, and we've fulfilled the thing, so I'm going to grab 2 more cards, and then it is back to Scott.
Wow, okay, all right. So since we've completed that objective, we now get the last one in the stack, which is sad. So we've had so much trouble trying to get through the anger cards that now we're going to be sad. All right, so I am a little worried about getting a little too close to Beverly right now because, like Rob said, you want to be able to move and you don't want to necessarily put yourself in a bad position. However, like we said, you must be on the outer ring to complete the first stack of objectives. So I could not move in, for example, onto this dark blue sad or black sad node. That would be bad and would make us all sad.
You know what else is bad and will make everyone sad? The fact that I have 7 cards because I just accidentally drew 1 too many. So
go ahead, put one back.
Where should I put this little guy?
Go ahead and put it on top of the deck. If you stack it up on top of there, and then right-click and go to shuffle, and it'll shuffle it in.
All right. Sorry to make everyone sad, but not in a way that fulfills our objective.
All right. So you know what? I'm gonna take a second here. I'm gonna look at Beverly's cards. So Beverly's got 2 blue, 2 black, 3 blue, 2 black, and a teal. Okay. So probably the right thing to do is I'm actually going to take one of her blues away from her. So I am going to be resigned. So if anyone wants my position at Passport, you now know it's open. Resign, and I will go.
Alas, we hardly knew ye.
Oh, that was so quick. And go there, and then I will use one of my favorite cards with the cat in the shadow of the cat, the ambivalent. And that will put me over onto the sad node, and we will be complete with the objective stack.
Woo-hoo.
Now, I also go back into balance, which is very nice, and then I draw 2 cards off the top of the deck because I am in balance. However, and this is where things get really interesting. So since we finished the first set of objectives, we now have to look at our discard piles and see who has the most cards in their discard pile. I have 10.
I also have 10.
Beverly also has 10. So that's kind of good. We were a little balanced. No one stole too many cards from one other player or anything. So we're sharing and sharing alike. So normally what we do is the person who has the most cards in their discard pile then shuffles them back into the main deck of emotions. In this case, since we both have the same, we just pick one and go. So I'll be a gentleman since I went first. I will let you shuffle your cards in first.
Oh, whoops. It would help if I grabbed the whole deck and didn't just knock them around here. How do I wait? How do I grab the whole deck?
If you just click on the deck once, it'll highlight the whole deck, and then you can drag the whole deck over to the. Yep, there you go. Just stack it on top, and then right-click and shuffle, and you're off and running.
There we go. All right, and then, good. We have a couple of questions in the chat actually.
Sure,
One of them.
Be a great time to take them.
Yeah, one of them is actually related to what we just did, which was what do we do with the tie? So is there an actual way in the rules, Rob, that says what you do in case both people have the same amount of cards in their discards?
I will check, but I believe you do what you just did. One person chooses to shuffle them in. It's really a counting mechanic, so it doesn't matter much whose cards they are. Cool.
And then we have another question, sort of unrelated, but Bruno asks, when is this game coming to beautiful Portugal? Does anyone have an answer for Bruno?
That's a great question. So we, with Passport, have access to distribute the game in North America. Portugal, I'm not sure. That would be a question we'd have to find out and hopefully get you an answer on.
Yeah, so hold that question, Bruno. We will try to figure it out for you. So, back to what we're doing here, I guess. Our cards are shuffled. We're on our second stack of cards, so we're free to move into the middle ring. So, who goes first now?
I was done. That was my turn, so it's back over to you.
Alrighty then. Let's see what we got here.
Hey, don't get sad. Oh, you got in.
I'm just too sad. Now, I can still move around the outer ring if I need to. I just can't score towards the objective, correct?
Correct. So if you were to end on the black sad note to your left or right above you, you do not get to complete the objective. You have to get to the center ring. Or the center ring, not the, or I guess the middle ring is the right way to say it. This second ring on the middle area.
Okay, well, I'm going to be really, really pushy, and I don't know what that says about me, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop right here into the center, and then additionally, I am going to be resigned. So there's a lot of job openings at Passport, it looks like. And I'm going to do that. So we fulfill our objective, but I now have effectively limited how far Scott can go on this side of the board.
Yeah, I am extremely limited.
But the things I did not do is I didn't show my balance moving, so it would have moved one positive and then back into balance, meaning I get to pick my cards again.
Some people might be asking, what does the +1, -1, +2, -2 mean? Doesn't necessarily mean anything in terms of values of the game. Doesn't have anything to do with like card draw or anything like that. What it does have to do with is if your balance is on the -2 or the +2, you can no longer play cards to move in that direction. So if I'm on the +2 and need to play a blue or a teal card, I can't do it. I have to play a black or a red card to move backwards. So that's a kind of a boundaries to the relationship, so to speak.
That is correct.
All right, so let's take a look here now. So I don't have any red. Thankfully,
well, you may want to pick a new objective.
I do have to get a new objective, and I hope it's easy. See what happens here. Hey, I am calm. That's a beautiful picture with the flowers and everything. It looks really good. All right, so I'm calm. I have to get near calm. I'm nowhere near calm right now. So this might be a pretty hefty move, but it might be really good. So here's what we can do. As I told you before, you can play as many cards as you want. So I am first going to play a red card. I'm going to steal Beverly's cold card right here. I'm going to move on to the red up here and go out of balance. Then I'm going to go ahead and play one of my 3 teal cards, which is the Manic card, kind of a crazy hands volcano kind of thing going on. Again, Marie's art is just wonderful. I love her and I love her art. So that's going to move me onto this teal, which is going to get me back into balance. However, I'm trying to get to that calm objective, and it would really benefit me to get the heck away from Beverly. As much as I like her and as much as I want to hold hands with her, it would really help me right now to give us some space. Just like a normal relationship, we're progressing. We need a little space and just a little air to kind of breathe.
You're smothering her, man.
I know. Technically, I think she was smothering me, but we'll leave that for now.
Whoa, hey.
So I'm going to play the depressed card, and I am going to move on to the black node, which is going to move me out of balance. And then finally, I am going to go ahead and play from my own deck the Content card. And I'm going to move that over to my discard pile and go on to the light blue or the regular blue color here put me back into balance, complete the objective, give myself some room, give Beverly some room, and more importantly, I'm in balance. Not only am I in balance, I'm in balance in the middle of the board. So I get to draw 3 more cards, and I'm going to get to put them on either side that I want to put them on, which is really, really big. So I'm pretty happy with that move. So
see, this is why our relationship is struggling. He's just so full of himself. I mean, he's making these good moves, just really excited about it. This is
hard. It's really hard being this pretty. It is. It's hard. Do you have in your hand? You have 1 teal card. That's risky. I have a gut feeling. I'm gonna go on the left, and we'll see how this works out. It might be the wrong move because I'm giving us 4 blacks, and that might be bad. But we'll try it out. You were really sad the last time we played this. So
yeah, let's see if I can keep that sadness streak going here. Oh no, I'm calm. Well,
oh no, you're calm.
Well, I think I got to move somewhere. And I don't want to get. Wait, you're on your left, right? So that would be my right. So you're trying to go this way. That's good. I'm going to kind of chase after you a little bit.
Whoa.
I don't want space, you know?
What relationship do we have all of a sudden?
So I'm going to ditch my enraged card. And then I'm going to be content, which is teal, not blue, which I need. But that's okay, because I'm going to scoot on over there and get back into balance. Get some more cards.
I think I noted, Rob, that she was smothering me, just for the record. Very good. Okay, we gotta do some work here. So, and you finished on a teal, so you did not complete the calm.
Nope.
Well, let's see. I could bounce, but then I'd be out of balance. So, the tricky part for me here is that I could make a small move and not try to complete the objective, freeing up the blue that I'm on for Beverly to complete the objective on her next turn. However, that would get us really, really close to each other. And if you're really, really close to each other, like Rob said, you're not allowed to jump over the person nor land on their same space. So that might be a little difficult. It might be in my best interest to go ahead and try and complete this objective on my own and get a little space from Beverly again.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead and steal her teal card here first.
Oh, and to add insult to injury.
Yes, and I'm going to go ahead and move over here and then move out of balance. Then I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm going to resign again, I guess. I got my job back and I'm resigning again. And I'm going to move on to the black, go over here. And then I am going to, let's see, do I want to use my blue or your blue? I think I will use my blue. I will go ahead and use the Carefree card, which is not Nemo, but looks un-IP infringing like Nemo. And we will move that over here. And I will end up on calm, which will also put me out of balance, so I'm not going to be able to redraw cards and get back up to 6. The good thing is, though, I have 3 black cards in my hand, and both Beverly and I are next to a black sad node, so if we need to, we can dump some more cards out of my hand, possibly.
All right, let's see.
Objective complete, my dear.
All right, time for a new. Oh my God, what happened to my card? Was that?
That's it.
Yeah, it's sad. Okay, I put it in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am sad. That was a good strategy on your part.
Perfect.
You have,
I saw the future.
You did indeed. So I'm just gonna keep on moving, and I'm gonna take one of yours since you have.
This is the relationship piece of it. I kyu how sad you were earlier, so I knew you were gonna be sad again. So.
That's right. So.
Listening, I'm understanding you.
Well, now we're both out of balance. So
we're
you know. But we did complete the objective, so it's now all you.
We did. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. I will go ahead and get us a new objective here. Survey says, whew, calm again. I am like, glass top ocean. I am just so calm. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a way of becoming calm. Red, black, blue. Red, black, blue. That would actually be pretty good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use my red card. and I'm going to be manic, and I'm going to go onto the red spot. Then I am going to use my depressed card, and I am going to go onto the black node. And then I'm going to steal Beverly's cold card, here, this blue one, and I am going to go onto the calm node, which would go red, black, and blue, and put me back into balance. So I have one card on my hand, but I get to draw 5, and I completed an objective. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not saying I'm doing all the work in the relationship, but...
Well, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to follow that up. I might wait to see what all you got.
Hopefully by completing the next objective.
Yes. What's going on with your cards over there?
I'm trying to resplay them, and I stacked them by accident. So.
It's okay. I'm just waiting to see what you got. But I'm going to pick the next objective card and try to drop it onto the stack. There we go. Hey, I'm calm too. What do you think about that?
It's about time, Miss Sadness.
That's right. So I am the one with all the blue. I'm going to go ahead and I'm content. I'm going to do that. Move over here, completing the objective and getting back in balance, pulling 3 more cards.
And you're in the middle. I like it.
Yeah. I think, see, we're doing all right. I think perhaps it has a lot to do with the fact that we are, in fact, talking to each other throughout the whole thing.
When you talk about the strategies, there is a lot easier way to play the game. Trying to do this without talking about strategies is more challenging, and it is more fun, and that is the way that they actually recommend to play the game in the rules. We're just doing that, like we said here, so that people can get used to what we're doing and why we're doing it. All right, 2 more objectives. We are ready to go here. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, I'm happy again. I think I've only drawn like 2 angries. I think I'm happy and calm the whole time.
Wow.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right, so happy, happy, happy. How am I going to get happy? Well, you know what? I think we're in a really good position right now. I am going to go ahead and use my betrayed card. I've just been so resigned that I feel betrayed. And I'm going to move on to the red node here and go out of balance. And then I'm going to use my manic card again, one of my favorite pictures, the confetti volcano, and over here and go on to the teal card, and I will end both happy and in balance.
And we're exactly opposite from each other.
Well, it's amazing. So I get to draw 2 more cards, and I get to put those in my lineup, and I get to choose which way I want my cards to be seen because I'm on the center of the board, which is kind of nice. Oh, that's actually kind of tough. You have
no one said this was going to be easy.
You have a couple of teals, though, so I feel okay with that. Let's go ahead and go this direction.
So now that we're back in the middle, although we're in the middle on the opposite sides of the board, does that mean that if we want to keep going in the same direction, that we need to switch the direction of our cards?
You choose, since you're in the middle, you choose which way you want to orient your cards right now. At the end of your turn, you'll reorient them based on which side of the board you're on.
But I think what she was saying is, does the right side become the left or the left become the right? Was that what you're asking?
No.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Your right is always your right.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's always perspective. So even though I'm on your side of the board, from my perspective on my side of the board, my right is your left always.
Okay, I think I understand, but I may also be
1 plus 2 plus 1. No.
Yeah. So if I kept moving, like let's say over here, that is my right. So I would need to switch my cards to the right-hand side.
That is correct.
Okay. Perfect. I feel like with Rob here, this is the equivalent of our relationship in relationship counseling.
He's a relationship counselor. Yeah, it's great. Game rule lawyer and relationship counselor. That needs to be on a business card.
All right. So I think this is. Oh, it's our last objective. Let's see if we can do it. And it is happy with the little music notes. Well, that's pretty darn easy for me to accomplish. So I think I'm not going to overthink it. Except for I am going to steal one of these cards to do it.
Oh.
Because hey, we both have a couple, but I feel you were so sure of yourself whenever you were coming back into balance a couple of times. I feel confident you'll be able to do it again.
That's right.
So we completed that objective. It was probably kind of dumb because I have no way of making it into the middle, into the inner ring, as this one isn't connected. But I obviously didn't think that far ahead. I'm also now on my right-hand side, so time to switch the orientation of my cards.
Yep. So now, since we're done with that round of objectives, the next round is going to have to be completed in this middle or this center ring. And that's going to get really tight because we're going to be doing a lot of kind of tap dancing back and forth with each other here. Again, once the objective stack is complete, we look at the discard pile. I should have way more. I have 22. Beverly has 7. So my 22 cards get shuffled back into the main deck. That will get shuffled up. And I believe it's my turn. So let's win this game. Let's do our best to win this game.
Let's hold these hands.
Crazy idea. All right, happy. Let's get happy. All right. What was the old Partridge Family song? Come on, get happy. Something like that.
Not intending to infringe any copyrights on YouTube.
Not intending to infringe any copyrights whatsoever. I think that song might have been written before you were born, Beverly, but that's okay. I am nowhere near happy. I could get happy, maybe? Let's see what your cards are. Yeah, I could use some of your cards to get happy. I think we could do this. All right. Is happy going to put me in balance, though? That's a good question. Happy is not going to put me in balance, so that could be bad. And this is where I find some of the more interesting strategies in this game. I could complete happy by using 2 of my cards and 1 of Beverly's cards, or 2 of her cards and 1 of my cards, but it would put me out of balance and not let me draw up cards, and it could also run the risk of not having the cards we need when we need them. I'm 3 spaces away from happiness, I guess you could say, and Beverly is 2. You know what? I am going to simply play my red betrayed card, which apparently is my favorite one to play this game. I'm going to move into the center here and go down 1 here. And then I'm going to steal your blue card.
Aww.
And it's a cute card. It's got a teddy bear on it. How do you not like it, right? And I'm going to move over here. And that will move me back into balance, which will let me draw 2 more cards. So I will end my turn right there and let you go on from there.
All right. Well, I think on my turn, I'm not going to accomplish our objective. I'm just going to move over here by taking. I was going to steal this. Excuse me. After you're so nicely organizing.
Move wherever you want.
Yes. And then I'm going to move back into balance and collect my 1 additional card.
Nice. Sometimes, especially towards the end of the game, that 1 additional card can be really, really important. All right, so let's take a look here. We still have this Happy Balloon Festival that we have to complete. Both of us are 1 away. Whoever does is going to be out of balance. Excuse me, you have more cards than I do, but I might as well go ahead and finish it off. So I'm going to play my teddy bear. I'm going to be content. And I'm going to move over onto the teal card, which will move me out of balance, but have us complete the objective.
Woohoo.
And we are good. We are 7 cards away. That's it.
I know. We're getting close. Of course, now I am angry, and there's nowhere for me to really go to complete this on my own, which is weird.
You know what? Some people may be wondering this. Rob, how do you move into the center? Did we lose Rob?
I think he left momentarily.
I think he
He was like, I'm out of here. He did.
I was going to set that thing up perfectly for him. All right, we'll wait for him to come back. We won't steal his thunder, because I'm sure people are looking at that going, wait a minute, those are gray nodes and that little dividing line. They don't have any gray cards. How are they going to get there? So.
Yes, and I would love him to explain it. Oh, I believe he's back. Rob, you back?
I'm back. What happened?
So we have a question from a viewing side. If we are close to getting in the center, can you explain to our viewers at home and on the interwebs how we're going to get into the center when none of our cards have gray to get into that center node?
Sure. So what you need to do is when you're ready to jump in, you need to be 1 out of balance. So you would need to be like blue there is over to the green and blue side.
Yep.
Then you could play any red or black card, which would put you in balance, and then you can get into the middle.
And you have to go in through one of the direct lines coming from that center ring.
Yes.
Yep. So that is going to also be part of the tap dance Beverly and I are about to do here.
Yes, and we did not get this far last time, so I
So
am
someone was asking
skeptical.
about memorizing the cards, which that's why I ran away for a moment to go find the cards. It would be a little hard to do because not all the cards are the same. Not all the ambivalent cards are identical.
This is true. Like I played a content earlier. Here we go. One content has a blue on the left and a teal on the right, and the other has a teal on the left and a blue on the right.
Right.
I'm sure it's possible. I mean, I've seen people count up to 3 shoes of cards, or 3 decks of cards in a shoe. So I'm sure someone out there could do it if they wanted to.
Sure.
That's,
It's not super simple.
yeah, it's beyond my capability, I believe, at this moment. So it is my turn. I'm trying to get angry. I don't know how to get angry, and I kind of don't want to go into the middle because there's not really a lot of room in there.
There's not, but that's where we have to complete our objectives. Although, you do bring up a very interesting strategy. I played a physical game where my partner decided to let me complete the objectives on the inner ring before she came into the ring, which was very, very interesting and also very, very hard.
So what you're saying is I should probably get into the ring, even though it puts me at a disadvantage. I see.
As long
I
as you
see.
feel like you can do a little movement in there, then go for it, you know?
Did you guys remember to reshuffle at the end of the second deck?
Yes, we did. Yep.
Okay, great.
Cool. Well, given what he just said, I think I'm going to hop into the middle.
Hop. That's funny. But we can't tell anyone that joke until much later in the year.
So let's see here. Okay,
Remember the word hop, folks. That's all you got to remember.
I'm currently out of balance, and I don't really have any incentive to get back into balance. And plus, none of us have any black cards anyway.
I see. You don't want to work at this relationship. I see how it is.
No, you know what? I'm getting to the point where I might just throw in the towel. So I think I'm done with that.
You've resigned. I'm out of here. No.
Yeah, exactly. If only I had done that on like a resignation card. Been like, oh, I'm out. But no, I think I'm going to end my turn there. So it's up to you now.
So we have not completed the red objective. And I think it's a good idea for me to complete the red objective.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my red cold card, and I will move over here into the red node, completing the objective, also putting me back into balance, which will allow me to draw 3 more cards. I like the strategy so far. We'll see how it works out in the end.
All right.
I have a lot of black.
All right, well, here's hoping the next one is sad. Let's see. And it is!
Boom! Look at that. It's almost
Woo!
like fate.
Yes. Let's see. All right. Well, I'm not one to turn down this opportunity, so I'm going to grab that from you.
Snag that betrayed card. Look at that. I'm betrayed.
I know I'm limiting where you can go, but I think it's worth it.
Uh-oh.
That's okay, because I'm going to grab a couple extra cards, and we completed that objective. So we're moving on along. I don't want to get cocky yet, though, because we still have a few more
This is part
cards.
of the dance now, because my only move is a teal. So if this next objective is teal, that's going to be really, really good. So let's see. Am I happy? I'm not. I'm calm. That's not that bad. We need some space. We need some space. So I'm going to go ahead and use my teal. I will use my euphoric card here, and I will move on to the teal, which will move me up here. And you have enough red showing, so I'll be okay with that. So I am going to go ahead and play my resigned card again, and go ahead and go on to the blue column and complete the objective. Now, I'm way out of balance.
You are super happy. You're like crazy.
I'm just like jazz hands happy. I'm so like, it's amazing. Problem is I need to get way back over to the black and the red side pretty quick. Now, I got 2 black cards. Beverly's got 2 red cards. I'm feeling good about that. Of course, let's see what happens with the next objective card.
Oh, angry.
You gotta get angry. You gotta get mean.
Oh, man.
2 points for anyone who missed that movie. So.
I don't know. I'm sorry. This is a tough one because I would like you to get the opportunity to get back into balance. So this might be really bad. Oh no, we don't have very many teals left. I don't want to switch the direction that my cards are looking particularly.
Excellent point.
I think I'm going to actually move. I can either move blue and go backwards because we have plenty of blue, and in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do because that's I want to make sure that he has a chance to get back into balance.
That is a good idea.
I'm stepping back. I'm dropping my card, and I'm getting a little out of balance. But relationships are about compromises. So
that's solid. That's solid. It's good. All right. So on my turn, I will go ahead and get enraged. I will steal Beverly's red card here, and I will go back here and come a little bit closer to balance. Now, this is one of the more interesting parts of the game. This hasn't happened yet. While I am not in balance, I don't get to draw cards back up. But I am on the center, so I do get to decide if I want to resplay my cards. So I'm going to look at my cards real quick and see what my options are.
You don't get to look at them first before you resplay them.
You what?
You don't get to look at them first.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, those are the things I learned. I would actually keep them probably where I am, so we'll leave them where they are. And we'll be good to go.
All right. I feel like we have a good mix. Good mix here. So we're still trying to get angry.
No. I completed angry.
Oh, we're not still trying to get angry.
No, we're done. I'm angry and mean. Come on, calm me down. Calm me down.
Well, how about another angry?
Or not.
Well, that's okay because I think I'm gonna. Ooh.
Yeah. We're doing a little bit of a dance now.
I'm just gonna snag one of these from you.
Thank you.
And move up, and then go back into balance, and hopefully get a couple new cards that are
very nice.
Very nice. Good.
Okay. Well, I need to get into balance, so I think the best thing for me to do is to use a black card. Now, I could use one from Beverly's hand, but I'm going to use one from mine so that when I go back into balance, I draw as many cards as I possibly can here. So I'm going to get depressed, and I'm going to flip over here onto this side, and we'll move back into balance. We're still not completing the objective, but we're close. And I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 new cards to get back up to 6. And I am on the other side now, so everything is going to be on the left side of my cards. And it's back over to you, and I hope, I don't think I've said this much in our short time together, Beverly, but I really hope you get angry here.
Well, I think I'm going to get angry. Gosh darn it. Angry. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, wait, I should probably discard my card first. So, farewell to my enraged card.
Bye-bye, enraged.
I'm going to hop on over to here to complete our objective. It would help if I actually put it on the space. I'm out of balance, and now I also need to switch the direction of my cards.
Yes, you do. Yep. But that's okay. We completed the objective. And now we're down to only a mere 2 objectives. We are so close to holding hands. Let's not screw this up.
There's only 2 left. All right, guys, the ones that are still left, maybe you can witness our triumph.
Happy. And I'm nowhere near. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Wow, it's going to be really out of balance. That would be bad, but it might work. It might work. Okay. Ooh, how many teals do you have? You have 2 teals. I feel good about that. I feel really good about that.
Wow.
I'm going to play a cold card, and I'm going to move here, which is going to put me slightly out of balance, and then I'm going to play a teal card, my little confetti volcano. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to complete that objective, so it's going to put me +2 out of balance, which could be bad, and I'm not going to say anything here because this is where one of the infer moments might happen. We'll see what Beverly does on her turn.
Uh-oh, I feel like I'm supposed to be cleverer than I actually am here.
What's our last objective? It would be great. No, it's calm. Okay.
Calm. Okay, back to our Zen place.
Good. Get away from me. Yes, go that way. That's wonderful.
I'm actually just. I could complete this objective, but I don't know that it would do any of us any good.
I think, I'm a gambling guy. I like to go for it.
Yeah, let's do it because I think it's going to take. We have to be able to get back into balance when we get into the middle, so it wouldn't actually make any sense for me to be in balance now anyway. So
now you're inferring the signals I sent to you.
All right, farewell content card.
Farewell content.
Whoops, and then here I am in balance, and then farewell carefree card, and then I'll move on over there. So we completed the objective, and now we're merely trying to hold hands, I believe.
Yes. Now, here's the interesting part about this game. If you remember, Rob said that the way to move into the center is through one of these 4 lines from the red, teal, black, or blue. And you have to move into the center by playing a card that puts you in balance. You may remember from earlier on, I said you lose the game if you do not consecutively enter the center. So if I enter the center right now, which I could do, I could play a black card to go on this node, and then a red card to go in the center, and that would put me perfectly in balance. However, on Beverly's turn, her red card is going to put her into balance if she were to play a red card. If she plays a teal card, she's going to be even further out of balance. And you also may remember, and this is adding a tertiary layer on top of it, Rob said that you're not allowed to go and double back on a node. So for example, I couldn't move back here and then forward again in the same turn. So this is going to be really tricky.
Yes, and I believe it would be exceptionally tricky if we weren't talking to each other about what we were doing.
Exceptionally tricky if we weren't talking, exactly. Because the last thing Beverly wants me to do right now is go in the center. I may want to be like, hey, we got this, we're done, boom, black, red, and I'm in the center. If I do that, though, we are probably going to lose the game. So let us take a look at what kind of signals I can send Beverly. Do we have... Yes, you have a blue. That's interesting. You have a blue. So, I could, maybe, but that would be bad. Let's try that. I am going to steal your blue here. And I'm going to come up here and go back 1. And I will hand it back over to you, my dear.
Oh no. Okay. The pressure is on. I think what I would like to do before any of this is said and done is because I don't have a lot of options here from my side.
This is where Beverly goes. And now to questions from the internet.
Yes. Please, internet, help me. No. I think that it would be a good idea for me to get back into balance because we're running low on. We don't have any blues, so I think our options are a little bit limited.
Well, but we're on blue, which is good.
Yeah, I am having a hard time because I don't. I'm in a precarious position due to my balance thing. So I think I want to go red, and then because what is this blue? This is a tough call for me.
It is.
This is not a great call. I think I'm gonna try to get more cards. That's the only.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try to get more cards by taking one of your cards. No, I'm gonna take my card. Duh. Here we go. Goodbye card.
Okay.
Back in here. I'm in balance. I'm gonna get 4 more cards. Hopefully, will give me a few more options here. Oops, I probably should have done this in order. Whoops.
You're very cold.
Let's see. Go under.
I apologize to anyone who's been distracted by my coughing. Unfortunately, pollen and mold are very high in Texas right now, and my throat does not agree with that. So.
No, it's the pressure. It's the pressure of this game.
It is. It is the pressure of this game. All right, so you're in balance.
Yes, and I have a wide variety of cards.
Yes, you do. And I am sitting on a blue node, right? Yep, I'm on a blue node.
You can't do that.
What's that?
You can't check the piece. You can't check where your piece is. Like that.
Oh, come on, Rolls lawyer. There's always an opportunity.
Rob just doesn't want us to be happy. That's what's happening.
Doesn't. He wants us to keep coming back to counseling. That's what he wants. So.
Yeah, I get paid by the hour.
Wow. If I go to that black node, you are in deep doo-doo.
I don't think there's any way I can do this without getting over to where you are. There's
I think
in terms of my balance.
Yeah. So if I go that. Okay, I'm gonna make a big move here, and the challenge is we only have 11 cards left in that deck. So if that deck runs out, we're kind of hosed.
Well, I hope you're coming near me because I don't think there's any other way without me going around the long way to where you are. I am always going to be in balance. That's the problem.
You'll see.
Okay.
Right. I am going to pull this teal card from you, and I'm going to go here, which is going to put me up to the +2 area. Then I'm going to go ahead and play one of my black cards and go here, which is going to bring me down here. Now, do I play the red and go in the center, or do I play the red and go to the right? I think, from what I can gather, playing the red and going to the right might be the better move right now. So I am going to play my red and go to the right. And that's going to put me back in balance, and it's going to let me draw 4 cards.
All right.
I'm on the opposite side, so now I got to put everything on the right side of my cards.
So, okay, I'm gonna use a black card and go 1 over because I don't have many more options here that will put me into balance whenever I need to move into the center. Yep. And we only have a couple of black cards left. I'm going to go ahead and use one of mine and move that little guy on over. Move 1 out of balance, and then I need to flip my cards into the right direction, but it is now your turn.
Okay. Once again, I could get into balance. I think one of the challenges we're having here is the move, probably about maybe in the middle of the middle deck, where you moved back 1, really kind of threw us off in terms of getting into the center.
No, it's great to get into the center. I would tell you how to do it, but I believe that would be cheating of the utmost kind, I think.
Well, I will go for it, and we will see if we can do it. I'm going to go ahead and play a teal card.
Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong again. I don't know how we're going to do this. I lied.
I'm going to go ahead and play a teal card, and I'm going to move there, and I'm going to go out of balance, and that's all I'm going to do.
So now you're positioned.
I'm positioned. I'm positioned well. Can you get in the center? Because if you can, we could win.
Let me see here. Let me think out loud. I'm not doing this to help you. I'm doing this to think out loud.
Remember, you can move out of the center ring too.
I'm not sure it's Scott that needs the help.
It is definitely me. I am having a really hard time figuring out how I can get my balance to work. If I were able to move 2 positive, it would put me at +1 positive balance. And then here's the problem. Whenever I move back to black, it puts me in balance, meaning I can't move into the center because I'm already in balance.
I'm not going to try and tell my partner what to do in a relationship.
Yeah, you've cheated enough.
Might be a good idea
to move
that little blue node behind you.
Yeah, I think I might go for that. And
sometimes, my mother used to tell me, sometimes, son, relationships are best when you have to work really hard at them. So you might have to take a long way around.
Okay, here we go. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my blue card because that's going to put me into balance. So I'm going to take a step back, try to get some additional perspective, I guess, and get a couple more cards. So hang on 1 second while I make them pretty again, and then get 3 more.
And don't forget to put yourself back into balance.
Oh, that's correct. Thank you. All right. The problem is that you now have to make a move, but I think I'm in a good position now.
So. That's okay. Let's see. You could go bum bum bum. You're not in balance. You could go 1 2 1 or 1 2 1 0 1 in. Yes. Okay. I see your path. I hope you see it too.
I do. I know. I'm laser focused on it right now.
All right. I am going to do blue and come over here, which is going to put me really happy. I'm going to use my red and come over here and do that. I am done. It is now over to you. Can we do this? It's like the slow motion run in a romance movie where the man and woman are running at each other like dun 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 dun, and you just have no idea if it's going to work or not.
I don't know. Is it going to work or not? Because you are in a bad position because you can't move anywhere more positive because you're already at 2.
I need to actually move back 1 because I ended on a red and I didn't move back 1.
Oh, good. Okay, so that helps me a little bit. Let me see what your options are here.
I think you should get in the center right now. That's what I think.
Aha, I see. So, I am going to, goodbye, betrayed card.
Go, betrayed card.
Move here.
Yes!
Yay! And then
I feel
Farewell.
like you're quarterbacking this relationship, Scott.
Yeah.
Farewell, manic card. Oh man, I'm really depressed in my balance level. But I'm going to. Oh my God, we have no blues. We don't have any blue cards. No.
We don't have any blues. Good.
This is
That
this
is
is a
not
real tragedy, and now I can't move anywhere, but except for move one backwards, because
Well,
that's the only.
you can't go back against the node that you've already been on, so you actually.
No, but I mean, can I go to the outside ring, or am I limited to only the middle ring?
No, you could go.
You can
completely.
go wherever you like.
You can go.
I mean,
But I don't think we have a chance right now.
Oh, oh, I don't know if it's a I don't know if it's a good idea. If I should move back or if I should just stick here.
Well, the thing.
I think I'm gonna stick. You know what? I'm gonna stick here. I'm gonna end it here, and then I'm gonna hope that you can save our relationship single-handedly.
Okay. Thanks for the pressure. Okay, so I think my only option right now is.
Oh, okay. Our chat is helping us out.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah,
Good.
they've got some good ideas there. You should read it.
You should, because I'm not gonna tell you exactly what, but since you are here in the dead center of the line, that there's many implications to being in the center-ish. See how you're
True, but
Oh.
I should have made that decision at the end of last turn to flip my cards.
I thought it was at the beginning of your turn.
Rules lawyer?
I can look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's the end. Pretty sure it's the end. But it's okay because I actually have a plan. Are you ready?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'm going to use this black card. I'm going to get in the balance and move back over here, which is going to let me draw the last 4 cards from the deck.
Yes, it is at the end of your turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay because his plan seems like a good one.
These are the only cards that we're going to be able to use now. And unfortunately, I did not draw a blue card. At least
yes, you did.
I did, but it's got to be on the left side because of where I am on the board.
Oh, Scott.
I know.
Oh.
Technically, I'm going to blame you because you moved there, but that's okay.
Oh.
Whoops, I just moved my balance marker as well. Okay, so we cannot draw any more cards or we're going to lose the game. So we have to use what we have right now. I can fix this by getting back to the red on my turn, but can you move?
I can only move. I could move either to my side and using a black card, or to the teal. I can't actually move to black because I'm out of balance.
You're out of balance so far. You can't get angry or sad. Yep.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and use my card here, this teal, to move here and then scoot back one.
All right.
Because that's the only thing I can do.
All right. Fair enough. I am going to go ahead and use my red card and come back over here and be out of balance, which is then going to allow me at the end of my turn to change my cards. So I will change my cards to this side. And hopefully this will do it.
This is agonizing. Okay. But I think that it will do it. I think that we may in fact hold hands yet, because
we just might.
We just might. So
I mean, you got a straight path. You're right there.
All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play my red card and go here. Whoops. Or some approximation of there. And then I'm going to use our sole blue card.
Oh.
And move up one.
And then...
And then, I can keep going.
Yes, you can!
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
Yes!
Farewell to my content card. You've served me well.
You are content, and you are in the center, and that's awesome!
Pew! And then, wait, I'm in balance.
And uh-oh. Wait a minute. Rob, does that mean we need to draw cards?
No, you just play with the cards that you have. There's just no more.
Good.
You're emotionally spent. There are no more emotions left.
I am going to be euphoric, and I am going to join you in the center and I am going to be in Valor. And we have won!
We did it! We're holding hands. I'm rubbing
That
my little thing
was
against yours.
so ridiculously close. So when you were over here, when you were on this node right here, I was like, go back, please go back, please go back. I was like, please.
Oh, wow. We did it,
So
you guys. There is no way that we could have done that without the chat, I'm kind of sure. So thanks, guys, for helping us along. Wait, look at all these people, rooting for our relationship.
That's great. Thank you. You're good people.
Yes.
So you can see how tough that is just while talking about it and being open about it. So you can imagine if you were to replay this game where we didn't tell each other what our strategies were, how you have to infer those things from the other players. So it can get pretty fun, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to come back to the regular chat here.
Nice. Okay, well, that was, and then we held hands. That was,
very nice game. Good game.
That was, and then we almost didn't hold hands, but we somehow did. So yes, the actual beautiful retail version of this is going to be available, of course, again on Friday, February 12th, which is this Friday. So be sure to go get it at your gaming store because it's, as you can see, a lot of fun. And if you can imagine how challenging it was, even when we were talking to each other, imagine how challenging it's going to be whenever you're not allowed to talk about your strategy when you're trying to play it.
Yep.
It's, yeah, there's a lot of replayability in this one, I think. So that's really it for us tonight. I want to make sure that everyone in here knows, of course, about entering to win this because we are going to give away 3 copies of this between now and Friday. So all you got to do is leave us a comment on the video, leave us a comment on our Facebook post, or tweet at us, which is hashtag ATWHHWin. And just go to our Twitter at passport_games if you have any questions about that. So that's it from us. Thanks so much for watching us, guys. Any last words from you, Scott?
No, just hope everybody enjoyed it. If you got any questions, let us know. This is going to go on the YouTube channel, so you can leave comments on the YouTube channel. We can answer that as time goes on. Enter to win. Hopefully you will win. Best of luck to everybody. Also, just so everyone knows, aside from And Then We Held Hands coming out this Friday, we also have a couple additional products. We have the Takedo Matsuri expansion coming out. We have the Takedo Collector's Accessory Pack coming out. And we have one of my favorites, Titan Race, coming out, which is a new game from FunForge. Kind of like, easiest way to describe it is Godzilla meets Mario Kart. And if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. It's a really cool game. So be on the lookout for that one. We're going to have some videos on that coming out soon, and that one's also releasing on Friday as well. So lots of good stuff coming from Passport. Yeah,
and any last words from our rules lawyer, Rob?
You guys cheated a lot, but somehow.
No.
So it's okay. It's okay. This was fun. I look forward.
This was our first session, so you'll let it slide, right?
Yeah. You guys are going to need many more sessions after this, unfortunately. So.
Nice. Well, that was awesome. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in, and yeah, once again, have a great night. See you later.
All right. Bye.